Gallup school and
Yes.
then just kind of progress up?
Yes.
Does that work?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Well, have you got a tape now on this?
I might have.
Huh?
Are you ready?
Well, yeah, I guess.
Sure.
Okay.
I was born in 1923. And April 22nd, 1923. And I was born in a home place north of Blue Rapids. And I started to school when I was 6 years old, and I walked to school.
How far was your walk?
Mile and a half.
A mile and a half.
No, mile and a half. We walked to and from school. And at times we would ride. We had in the latter years of grade school, I had a pony. We rode the pony and left her, and we had a little barn there at the schoolyard, and we rode, her name was Tony. She was a good horse. We rode her, and we put oats in a saddlebag along the side. We'd take her along, fed her at noon, and went there 8 years, and it was district number 6, Gallup School.
Okay.
And now that's long since gone. I think it was torn down. They moved it in 1952.
Did they move the building?
They moved the building. It's up in Hilton. It's a garage now.
Hilton's
They
garage?
made, yeah, over the Glen Hilton, where they live, over there.
Are they the ones on the highway or
No,
back?
back. They're
Okay.
back. You go back on the highway.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the farm, or John farm.
Okay, yeah.
But no, I went to school there, and I had teachers. I had Vivian Hayes, Evelyn Unger. They were my teachers, and Letha Morrow was the first teacher I think I had. And I went to school in Marysville. I went there, started in 1937, and I graduated in 1941. And from there, I went to NYA school in Eskridge. I took auto mechanics and aircraft and auto mechanics. And I was there one summer till winter. Okay, I decided I was going to come home because Dad needed me. And I left there in December, and I came home, and I went on farming until August of 1942. And then I went in the service August the 27th, 1942, and I got out in December of 1945. And I took my training. I went to service. I took my training in Great Lakes, and there was 99,000 people there at the Great Lakes at that time. That was a lot of people.
Mm.
But anyway, we had Great Lakes. I took my training there, and then I got an old locomotive, soot flying all over, and they were dirty. We had on our dress blues, and when we got down Virginia, I can remember going over those valleys and all, the old whistle, but we got down in Norfolk, Virginia, and that's where we took the training. And then I went to Boston, Massachusetts, at Lawley Shipyard, and I got the first ship commissioned at Lawley Shipyard, and we took a shakedown cruise, and on old an old training ship. Can't think of it. Now I think they're still using it, training sailors.
Oh,
Yes.
mhm.
But anyway, we took a training there, and I got LCI 223 was the number of it. And we left, and went through Cape Hatteras, and we hit a terrible storm there. It was a typhoon. It's on record, in 1941 in the fall that they lost some of those smaller carrier that went down in that. But how those little landing craft took that beating, but it just seemed like you'd be up to the top of the world, once those waves would get out from under you, and you just hit the sea. This like hitting a brick wall and just go boom, and those old bumps.
Did you get sick?
Oh, I got terribly sick, yeah, but I couldn't stand up, but I climbed to the head, go through the eye there, and stuck my head down in the pot there. I couldn't even hold my head up from where it didn't drown and stuff. But it's so terribly sick.
Yeah.
But anyway, we went to the Pacific and Guadalcanal and all islands, the Bismarck Archipelago. And I was there for 18 months. And we were at those islands, we were on a landing craft, and we beached the troops, and then we had an anchor. We dropped out 100 yards out, and then when we got to the beach, we'd take anchor and pull us off because we up on the beach. And then we'd let the troops out, then we'd pull it off. But then we pulled off, but we came out of the, backing out of the, into the lagoon there, is in Southwest Pacific, and one of those big palm logs went into the screw. One of the screws, they got one on port and starboard side. And it knocked, the screw ruined it. And they tried to get parts, you couldn't get parts for it. So what they did is they stripped down the crew and they sent us to other places. So they took us all off, the gunner's mate, they took a gunner's mate, and they took one of the seamen, they took a flag, and one from the engine room, they took them each and they distributed them in other places where they're needed in the landing craft. Well, they put me off, and I got on number 21 gunboat. It was a gunboat, and I put me on that, as a replacement. But I was gunner's mate, and that was my job, was the bow 20 millimeter. But
So at that point you were supposed to be fighting?
yeah, see, we went up those islands, those lagoons, and the Green Island, we'd beach the Marines. We pull them up on Marines and leave them. They'd go off, then we'd go off, and they'd go back, and we'd gather up, we'd go to other islands, and leave them off.
Are these gunboats, are they the ones that had the front end that went down?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
the ramp on each side.
Okay.
Yeah, LCIs,
Oh, okay. So, yeah.
The ramps went down the side. But anyway, I got on gunboat 21, and we got a float plane came over, and they wanted to be sure, but I still could see the green, and he was low, but he says, don't shoot, it's ours. And about that time, he dropped, he knocked right underneath and knocked the hole up in the front quarters, the deck right up next
So
to
he
the front.
wasn't ours.
Huh? No, it wasn't ours, but anyway,
Oh.
we went flank speed, and we beached it.
What does flank speed mean?
Top speed,
Oh,
all
okay.
power, and we beached it on the beach, and I don't know where it is today, but
And you all got off?
yeah,
before
we got
sundown,
off
yeah?
of it. Some fell on the 3-inch up above. There was a 3-inch gun they had on it, and they had 20 millimeters, and but we and then they took us. They bought me all new clothes, you know, because I had everything. I lost everything, you know what? And they got me a new setup of clothes, and then they shipped me off, and I went to Guam to come back to the States. Well, I got to Guam, and I got on an old cargo plane instead of a ship. You know, I'd been back. They wanted to get us back quick. So I got an old cargo plane. It was a DC-3, I think. I don't know now, but I remember the floor and it just rattled, but it got us home good.
And it was cold, probably?
No,
It
it was
wasn't cold.
warm. It was hot there,
Oh.
Pacific. But anyway, we flew to Hawaii, and then we took Hawaii. We took a ship on to San Francisco. In San Francisco, I got 6 weeks leave. I went home, and that's a joy. And then I went back. They called me back. I went back to Solomons, Maryland, and they sent me to New York. Pier 92. We got LCI 870, another ship. Well, we took it instead. We didn't go the long way around the first time. It took us 60 days to go across. But the next time we went through Panama and down, and it was a lot quicker. And but we went through the Fijis, and then on LCI 223, we went to Australia for it was 2 weeks vacation and this recuperation. But then on this 870, we went to the Caroline Islands, all the way up Guam, you know, it's Caroline, and then you head towards Japan. But it was on the Caroline Islands, and we had swimmers come out, you know, with pushing mines out, stuff like that. But anyway, you just don't forget those things. But anyway,
every day
one
was-
of them came out, and but you could see them the early morning, and but I tried. I couldn't hit that thing. We had those 30 caliber old Army rifles, and I couldn't do anything. Got another fellow lie down with me on the deck, and he hit it, you know. And
were
there was
trying
a
to hit
big geyser of water, and it blew it up. But they were sending out mines, you know, pushing
The
ship.
swimmers were bringing out the mines.
Yeah,
to-
and Japanese were pushing out the
Yeah,
mines.
okay, they had
But
swimmers
we
doing
were. But anyway, it's just a marvel the way it washed over us, and then we'd go up those islands and patrol because we knew where they were in the hills, and we had mortars on ship. They were 60 millimeter mortars, and we put on booster rings to get more range. But we used to, in the officers' quarters, the mortars would knock all that paint and that asbestos and all, knock it all down. But it was just a marvel the way the Lord watched over. And
Did every day you woke up, were you afraid, or you just
no,
had prayed? Okay.
it's just a long drag. I spent more time driving over, but no, it's just the idea of what we had. We had so much, and we could be so thankful. But it just makes you think what life's all about. You know, life is precious, and you get so filled full of hate. I didn't hate him as a person, but for I had a little lantern at home, a nice little lantern. I came home and it was made in Japan. I smashed that. I felt bad about that, but that's
Yeah.
the way it goes.
Sure, you had,
Yeah, you got that in your car. But anyway,
How did you get from California to home? What type of transportation did you have?
what, California to home?
Yes, when you were coming home on leave for that period of
Well, I
time.
came back on 870 when he came back. See, I went over and on leave, and I
Yeah.
got a commission on 870 in New York, and then we brought it back across. 870.
But you went from California on leave back here to Blue Rapids
Yes.
in an airplane?
No, went
Oh.
on a train.
On a train?
Went on train,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's on train.
Okay.
But anyway, but over there, the one time we had those fellas pushing those mines out, so they knew pretty much where they were coming from. So they said, the officer says, we're going over, we know where they are, and they rounded up, got some people to go with them, and they wanted the gunner's mate to go along. Well, they had me picked, and they says, no, we better not take the gunner's mate, we'll take his striker, the one helping.
Oh.
But he went along with them, but they got into a machine gun nest, and but I remember the Japanese had 25 caliber, they weren't near as heavy, but he had bullets in his back, but he came back, and I still remember, Clarence maybe was his name, and they put him on a table, gave him officer's liquor, and they pulled all those bullets and stuff out of his back. I don't know whatever happened to him. I'd like to find out.
Do you ever have any contact with any of your...
No, never. The one I went in the service with, he went to Normandy. He got killed on the amphibious force, and Bob went in with Harry Kraft, and Harry got killed.
Oh.
But it's just praise the Lord. I don't like to say much because I just feel like a privileged character. Oh, there's so many of those good boys, so much better. Why? Why is it that we get spared and all the rest of them? But
he has a reason.
But anyway, we got that, and then we were heading for